Hello everybody, we are here. Finally, apologies for such a long delay. Loads of people not being able to load in the game, even now. People cannot, but we are here, round 2 at the Dutch Grand Prix in Season 12. We are here at the Circuit Zandvoort. 14 corners around this track. 2.6 miles is the distance. 4.25 kilometers. 2 zones of overtaking, if you want to call them that. Zones of overtaking, DRS zones, that's what I mean. Oh dear, not a great start for the day for me, nor a lot of the drivers. We only have 11 here. We are meant to have 15, so quite a few having issues. I think Steam may be down. What a time for Steam to go down. That is not great. That is why the EA app is clear. No, I'm joking. It isn't. I do use the EA app though. Don't bully me. Anyway, long wait, it doesn't matter. I've been vibing to the starting soon music. See, that's kept me entertained. But now for the real entertainment, we are here in qualifying. 18 minutes is how long these drivers have to lap around this circuit for to set the quickest lap they possibly can. And with 11 drivers, that is enough for 50% race. So we'll be doing a 50% race round here. We have one who has finally managed to load in the lobby, so we will have 12. Magnussen is going on a lap, as all looking up into turn 3. Quite a unique place to lock up. Now, unlike in real life, we'll probably see them going towards the inside through that corner. In the game, it's not really quicker to go around the outside, as far as I'm aware. Don't remember the last time I drove this track on the game, I will be honest. So, it's probably not worth listening to me. There's a Ferrari there. It's not a Ferrari, it is a V-carb. It looked like a Ferrari, the pink was throwing me off. Anyway, it's a 47.7 for Magnussen. Oh, I struggle knowing what to call people. The first 2 sectors, that was the time anyway. DRS open around the final corner. I think that is called early DRS activation. A 1:08.7 is the time for everyone to try and beat. Who is on a lap? Tatos Joaz. So that, but that's Zana Tatos crossing the line now. Who is next? A Mercedes. It might be Blackberry. It is. What can he do as he goes around turn 13 and 14? DRS open. Well, that's the line. It won't be any quicker. Oh, it will be quicker. My apologies. It is quicker, and it does take provisional pole. A 1:08.7. From Blackberry to go to the top. It wasn't by much though. Joaz 0.01 seconds behind. That's how close it was. I thought he wasn't going to get pole, but he ended up getting, well, not pole, provisional pole at the moment. Sully slots in P4, 6/10 behind. Jeremy has spun out of turn 13. Can he keep out the way of Cybanix, who's quickly approaching? Oh, I definitely selected the wrong car to spectate there. Cybanix goes 5th, a second down, but Jeremy will have a 5-place grid penalty for causing a collision with Bobby Lyons. Zanatatos goes quickest? Does he? No. New fastest lap apparently, but it's exactly the same time. So he will slot into P2 as he set the lap after Blackberry. I don't think I've ever seen the same time set on this game before, but there you go, it's happened. Xanatatos with the exact same lap time as Blackberry, he slots in at P2. Wow. Yugzov. What do I call you? Yugzov? I might just say Yugzov. Crossing the line to start a lap. What can he do there? But for now, we'll go to Jamie Dodger as he crosses the line. P5, 6 tenths down. Tatos tries again, or he's going again, I think. Jack is in, so we've got 13 now. There's still plenty of time to set in a lap. Looking quick from Tatos. Sector 1 was purple. Oh, but the map in the bottom right always says it's purple. I'm not going to believe that. I need to look at the top right, not the bottom right, really. DRS open. Two corners to go, 13 and 14. I think Yugzov will be before Xanatatos, but we'll stay on board with the McLaren here. Hyrox has now joined. Tatos does manage to go quicker now, a 108.5, which does pull him to the top. He's finally got clear of Blackberry, but he's not at the top for long. Tracer has overtaken him, 1.5 tenths clear in the Red Bull. Yugzov ended up being 13.5 seconds down, obviously an installation lap of some sort. But it's a good lap from Tracer. Tatos thought he had it for a moment. But not to be. Joaz is back out there for another lap, maybe one trying for 3 qualifying runs. Who was that? I looked down for... I am so out of it. I looked down for a moment. It's Tracer who was in the gravel somehow. Sully is starting a lap. Who is on the lap? I think it is Yugzov on the lap. Oh, Yugzov. Crossed the line. 1.3 seconds down. He puts himself in P8. Joaz will start a lap now. Maybe giving himself 2 warm-up laps then, by the looks of it. Maybe that's what Yugzov did as well. 2 warm-up laps to get the tyres warm. Is obviously what he is doing. Hyrox, I saw Hyrox join. He's obviously not joined the lobby yet. So yeah, we will have 15, hopefully, by the time we get to the race. Joaz will cross his line to start a lap. Is Aston Martin crossing the line? That's Hyrox. Oh, he is in. I thought it was Mercedes. That's last season. He was a Mercedes on Gak Text crossing the line. Yusuf going into the pit lane. Jamie Dodger also starting a flying lap. What was that? Cybanix crossing the line? It was. So many people crossing the line, and that was Bobby Lyons up to P4, 2.5 tenths down. Jack is going around the final corner as well. Going to the inside wall, 1.2 seconds down. He's in P9. Sully crosses the line. Does he improve? I don't know. Definitely doesn't improve position. Here's Magnussen. 3 tenths improvement goes to P2. 7 milliseconds down. So maybe not great for him. Joaz goes 1.5 tenths down above his teammate Xanatatos, who drops to P4. Is this? Oh no, that was high. Ongak Text crosses the line. Who else is crossing the line? That's Cybanix crossing the line. He goes P13. No change there. Jamie Dodger. That's not Jamie Dodger. That's Strad Rater starting a lap. And there's now a Mercedes. It's Blackberry coming into the pit lane. Here we go. This might be the one to watch. Tatos starting a new flying lap. What can he do? Around turn 3, yeah, the drivers are taking the inside line through that corner, which is very interesting to see. It's not what they do in real life, but where you gain time in real life is definitely different to where you gain time in this game. 1 tenth down is the McLaren through the first sector, so not a great start to the lap. Can he make the time back up though? Coming up to a DRS activation point down the back straight, sector 2 time. What's his split? He has gained time, but he's still down on his original lap time. Can he gain enough through the final sector to continue with this lap? Or you could find him pitting at the end of this lap to go again later on. Track Racer of 107.8. Up to provisional pole. Tatos goes above his teammate Joaz. They're trading positions at the moment. What a lap that is from this Red Bull. Track Racer up into P1. So a lot of drivers coming into the pit lane now. Yusuf looks like he may be on a lap. He is 3 tenths up in the first sector. So this will be one to watch. Maybe it could be a bit tighter through the corners. But let's have a look at the sector 2 time. 2 tenths down, so he's lost time through the 2 sectors. In the second sector, sorry. It's Cool Mag. Don't want to be a friend with Cool Mag. I thought I had Magnussen as a friend. I don't. Yusuf across the line. 5 tenths improvement goes up to P10. So to get inside of the top 10. Jack will be on the lap. What can he do? DRS open. Goes into the pit lane. So obviously, coming to pit, change of tyres, refuel, and going again. Obviously, didn't feel like his lap was good enough to improve. Hyrox has just started the lap. We'll keep an eye on this one, as Hyrox is the only one to be on a lap at the moment. Round turn 3, all the drivers are taking that inside line, which means I'm doing it wrong, because every time I drive the track, I drive high around the corner. I obviously haven't got enough game knowledge. Through turn 10, and DRS open. I missed the first sector split time. Oh, they're obviously not doing a lap because they're weaving down the straight. There you go, 4.5 seconds down. So it will be Cybanics, the first to actually cross the line. Up through the sweeping turn 7 and 8. Oh, he goes off. Miles off. Nowhere near the track there, as he takes a very vast outside line approach to turn 9. Drat Racer retires. He obviously isn't going to improve his lap time. Jack is on an outlap. There's an Aston Martin, I believe. Next across the line, it's Ongyak Text, who is 3/10 up. So looking good, maybe to put his car into the top 10. Jack has left the session. I'm sure he'll be able to rejoin back in a minute. Jeremy will start last. I've just noticed that in the Ferrari. Ongyak Text, DRS open up to the line. What can he say? P11, so he doesn't go up any position. Here's Tatos, doesn't improve. It'll be P3 for him. Here's Blackberry. Stays 5th, cannot improve. Here's Hyrox now. Is up. Again, cannot improve position. Where can Sully put his car? Again, a P5. 7/10 down. Here is Joaz. He is up on his time. Final stretch to the line. Stays P4. Here's Bobby Lyons. Top 3 maybe on the cars. Top 2 on the cars. He puts his car on the front row. Yugzuf is miles off the track, and Ongyak Text will not improve. That's qualifying over. It will be Drat Racer on pole. Bobby will start P2. So I'll run through the order now for you. It'll take a while until Ongyak gets to the line, I think. Yeah, he's just messing around for the fun of it now. Drat Racer will be on pole. Bobby Lyons will be alongside him on the front row. Magnussen, P3. And after that, I do not know. There you go. Tatos and Joaz are the next two cars, P4 and P5. The two McLarens. How can I forget about my two McLarens? That is disgraceful from me. Very bad. We head into the race where It's a waiting game. While we wait, let's have a look at the previous winners here at the Dutch Grand Prix, Season 2, 5, 7 and 10. Alex, the most recent winner in Season 10. Blackberry, who is still on the grid here in Season 12, won in Season 5. So he is still going strong here in this league. 7 seasons later, trying to win at this track again. Do-do-do-do-do. Great waiting game. Great waiting game. What we love to see. I mean, this time last week it was raining in Bahrain. At least it's dry. Get this race over and done with. And also, I think it being dry, it actually gives more strategy. I don't think there'll be a huge variety in the strategy. I think it's going to be like medium, medium, hard, 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 medium, hard, something like that. Only the mediums and hard, I think probably a 2-stop. I think a 1-stop, you're pushing it on your tyres. Definitely, but 36 laps with 1 stop. I don't see yourself doing it. Medium hard? Can you do medium hard? I don't think you'd get away with a medium hard soft. Here we go, though. Most people on mediums by the looks of it. 5 red lights. Foot to the floor. They are out, and it's a good getaway, I believe, for Trad Racer, who will lead into turn 1. Bobby setting in behind. The 2 McLarens are having a good start. Jammy ghosted there for a moment. Magnussen dropping down the order. He has started on soft. There's a Mercedes off the track. It's Blackberry who drops down the order. There's a bit of contact further back. Jeremy has gained a lot of positions. He's up to P11. High Rocks is battling. Loads of people ghosted here. But they are definitely real people. The strategy suggesting maybe even a 3-stop at the bottom there. As Cybanics goes off the track, loses a couple of positions there. Sully is passed on Gak Text for P10. Can Blackberry do anything on the outside? Inside, yes he can. He can get the move done. Through turn 10. As Jack is at the back, he cannot join. He is still out. He is a ghost. But we've already come around the final corner. Soft, medium, hard. It is on the possible race strategies. Trad Racer leads through turn 1, 1:14.777 in the first lap. Bobby very close behind. This driver, by the way, doesn't have a full-time seat this season, was removed brutally from Mercedes last season, and no one wanted him, but here he is, doing a job in P2. On Gyak Text. Pitting with Cybanic, so down to P13 and P14. They have made an early pit stop. Both, I believe, onto the hard tyres, at least Cybanics is. On Gyak Text, onto the mediums. Jamie Dodger under pressure from the Williams behind. On softs, I believe it might be the only driver on softs it is. So we'll be looking for a good start. Will Magnussen take advantage of those tyres early on, because they will degrade pretty quick, and he's using an advantage there, probably with the aid of the battery. Up into P5 he goes. Don't expect to see too much overtaking there. It's quite an overtaking limited circuit. But the drivers will have to make the most of it down that main straight. Back straight will be difficult. But you certainly do get some moves down there. Wonder if there'll be any team orders between these two. Xanatatos might want to get past Joaz to put a fight up for the front. I am McLaren team principal, so Bobby very close to the back of Trat. It's just going to be so hard to make a move anywhere, really. Especially if the drivers in front of you have DRS as well. A DRS train around here isn't disastrous, but it's not far from. Hyrox is close to Yugzuf going into turn 7. Yugzuf also close to Jamie Dodger, who fell behind Mag. Who's on the softs, he's made a gap up, but he is falling away from the front 4. So you've almost got 2 little races forming here. We look to the front, Trash Race around the final corner. Leads the way. Not much will change between the front 4. There's going to be... Oh no, it is going to be Bobby on the inside of Trash Racer. That was quite an outstanding move there. Ambitious is the word I'm looking for. Doesn't get the move done. Trash Racer re-overtakes him on the cutback, and it was a bold move from Bobby, who did go deep into turn 1. It was a move, though, that had to be done. You've got to try these moves at some point. It didn't work this time around. Hopefully, it doesn't deter him from doing a move at any other time during the race. Jamie Dodger overtook the Williams on the softs, so he regains P5. So 2 moves down, 1 straight, really. It was only 1. That worked out, though, and that was Jamie Dodger up into P5. Can Yukzuf make a move? On the inside of turn 10, DRS will be open. Mag will have it as well. He kicks out on the outside. The door is shut. Contact between the 2 cars. The kick has to take a bolt of action off the road through the gravel. Will lose 1 position. Does he lose 1 to Jeremy? No. Jeremy will lose 1 himself as he gets pushed off the road on the exit of turn 12. So not good for neither the kick or the the Ferrari, sorry. And here comes Jeremy into the pit lane for his first pit stop. Entertaining lap there. Jeremy in the pit lane, obviously losing a position. Here is Xanatatos really close to his teammate. The thing is, Joaz will be saying, look, I'm keeping up with the 2 in front of me. Why should I let you pass? And I think, to be honest, that is perfectly fair. If Joaz was falling back, then look, I'd say, I'll give him the position. But to be fair, Joaz on the other side isn't exactly much of a threat to Bobby Lyons in P2. Although Bobby doesn't have the DRS here, Joaz will. So this could be interesting. Joaz is very close to this V-carb. And it's an easy move. That sees him up into P2 before turn 1. Xanatatos looks for a move on the inside. Doesn't get it. He'll stay P4. That was close between Bobby and Joaz going into turn 1 as well. But Joaz up to P2. Tatos will have to wait. I did say Joaz isn't much of a threat to Bobby, but look at that. Clearing him as well with a 5/10 gap now. Up into turn 7. I love this corner. Sweeping right-hander. If you've got all the grip in the world, it is good. Jack. Is he in? Jack in? No. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There you go. And cool. Probably shouldn't be doing this right now. Magnussen is in. So, nothing really happening during that period of inviting people. It's a close train between all of these cars. Jamie Dodger, I was going to say, has escaped this pack, but he's far from escaped it. What? No! Jamie losing 2 positions there. I was all over the place with the key controls. But Mag up into P5, Hyrox P6, Jamie loses 2 positions up into turn 7. Not normally where you see an overtake. But we saw one anyway. So Trash Racer, a huge lead, 2.5 seconds now over Joaz. It's his own race to lose now. It's his own race to manage. Can Zanatatos? Oh, pits. Stops here. That could be interesting. There's a yellow flag further back. So Joaz, Magnussen, 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So Zanatatos stays out. And it's Bobby in the pits. Joaz is in the pits. Mag and Jamie in the pits. So 4 people stopping onto the hard tyres. Joaz will be the leading one. Does Joaz try and hold up Bobby Lyons? The risk is losing positions to Hyrox and Yusuf. So he is close back, and it's these rounds of pit stops. There's a crash. It's on Gak Text, who has spun round. And I believe it's a full course yellow. It's a virtual safety car. So not a full safety car. The virtual safety car is deployed. And that is because of on Gak Text spinning. He's lost his front wing. As we are a quarter of the way through this race, this is perfect for Trash Racer and Zanatatos. You can get a cheap, free, quick stop. What? That didn't make sense. A quick, cheap pit stop. And they will not lose any positions. So Zanatatos jumps up into net race P2. Trash Racer's lead will be demolished. No, it won't, because it's a virtual, so he will keep his lead. So Trash Racer in a great position then. Tatos jumps Joaz and Bobby. So what a play there for that McLaren. Joaz and Bobby will lose out. 3 seconds is what they've lost. And I don't know. Yeah, green flag. That's when the green flag will fall. Mag has another drive-through penalty for speeding in the pit lane. So how many penalties do you want? Was it 10 seconds and a drive-through is what he has? Not great for him, and it does separate the grid a bit, which isn't good for me. Exactly. Hey ho, we get on with it. So Hyrox now pits. I mean, that's just a lap too late. I don't know whether he thought it was a full safety car or not. Oh no. I would retire as well. 10-second penalty, drive through, 10-second penalty. That is not good. Far from good. So he'll pull up to the side of the track. Bobby Lyons and Joaz. It's a fight between these two now. But instead for P2, it's for P3. Trash Racer fastest lap, 1:11.4. Can Bobby make a move on Joaz? Joaz is inviting him to the outside. He won't be able to get the room. He's not close enough to make a move. Blackberry was close enough to Yigzuf to make a move. He's up into the top 5 now. But Joaz keeping P3 for now. Yigzuf keeping close to Blackberry. So 2 fights happening at the moment. Bobby is really, really close though to Joaz. And he'll probably recharge his battery. No, he won't. He's deploying it down here. Try to race another fastest lap. A 1:11.3. So he's just getting quicker and quicker. This is exactly what happened in Bahrain. Every single lap, he just pull in another quickest lap, and Yigzuf absolutely zooms past Blackberry. High Rocks with the fastest lap of the race. He goes past Sully. So Yigzuf up into 5th. High Rocks up into 7th, with the fastest lap of the race now taken away from Trash Racer. Joaz still hanging on. This is a battle that isn't particularly getting any moves done. But Bobby is very, very close to Joaz. Can he make a move into turn number 1? That is a question to ask. Bobby on the inside goes for it. The space was definitely there, but he bumps into Joaz and nearly spins around. He doesn't lose much time from it though. I think both drivers, in fact, lost a bit of time from that. They've still got the same gap relatively to each other, but that was close and it could have ended much worse than it did. Still P3 and P4 for Joaz and Bobby. Look how close the V-carb is. Can he make a move through the windy section? Or through down into turn 11. Oh, I love this view. I love these views. Helicopter cam. No move into turn 11 and through turn 12. But can a move be made into turn 1? Oh, a slight misjudgment on the exit of the corner there from Bobby. So he won't be close enough into turn 1. Is Blackberry close enough to Yigzuf? No, he's not. But High Rocks is close enough to back Blackberry on the inside. Gets P6. I had a moment where I couldn't speak there. High Rocks does overtake Blackberry in through turn 1. And he's up into P6. I am back. Apologies for that. So Bobby Close gets high panics, 10-second penalty, speeding pit lane, retires. The two Williams not having a good day in the pit lane. That's where they're retiring, and that's where they're stacking up a heck load of penalties at the moment. If you finish, you score points. That's how it works now. Bobby cannot get past. Hyrox gets past Yusuf though, and is making a charge up the field. He's up into P5. There's a small amount of contact, and he won't make a charge up the field. Blackberry retakes P5. Yusuf into P6, and Hyrox, throughout the last two laps, has just absolutely ruined his progress. He's trying to regain some of it now through turn 6 on the outside of 7. Can he make it stick? The answer is no, not around the outside of that corner. It's almost impossible to make a move there. So Hyrox, no clue what happened to him there. Looked good for P5, now in 7th. These two getting closer, lap by lap. Five tenths, I think it's a bit too much to make a move. Is it into turn 1? Outside maybe, yeah. Just not close enough. And that's the same for every single car this time around. So a few battles here. There's, what, 5th to 8th. Sully is keeping quiet at the back of this battle. I think he's just waiting for any mistake that comes his way in order to pounce on them. It's mainly Blackberry, Yusuf and Hyrox, the ones beefing it out on track. Ooh, over the curb. Hello, caught you at the right time. Is Bobby close enough this time around? He's not. 5 tenths is not close enough as the DRS opens. Unless he's got a heck load of battery, which necessarily he doesn't. 4, 3, 2. Is it close enough? He's going to look for the inside. He's going to make a move. A bit of contact, but Joaz keeps it in there on the outside and keeps P3. This is a mega effort from the McLaren in front of Bobby. And that's the second time Bobby's made a move like that. Nothing against it. It's a great move. It's a great effort, but it's not good enough. He's still in P4, wondering what he needs to do to get that final podium spot. Whoa! Whoa! Bobby, they're absolutely losing it. And he won't be competing for P3 anymore. Because I have no clue what happened there. He lost the back end and all hell let loose. He's now into P5. Blackberry ahead of him, fending off Yusuf now. So, not what he would have wanted. Looking so good, potentially, for a P3 spot. He's now going to have to work mega hard to get back up to the back of Joaz. Can he overtake Blackberry to retake P4? He's only lost 1 position from that mistake, and now he will regain it on the inside of the Mercedes. So he's quite lucky with that one, really. I think it looked like he lost more time than he actually did. He's lost, what, 2.6 seconds is all he's lost, really, from that. I expected that to be like 5 seconds max. He went miles off the track. His rear end was everywhere. Through turn, what was it? 8, I think. Through this corner it was. Just lost the rear. I think that may have been, maybe the tyres were overheating. Just at the back of Joaz for so long. So, Jack with a 10-second penalty, speeding in pit lane. So Joaz has got a weight off his back. 2.3 seconds. So Bobby is gaining that gap up quick. He's not exactly leaving Blackberry behind, though. Jack gets lapped by Trash Racer and Xanatatos. Can Blackberry re-overtake Bobby? This is the thing. Bobby's got himself entangled in a fight that he may not want to be involved in. He locks the tyres into turn 1. Maybe give Blackberry an opportunity there, but he's good enough to stick into P4, and this is where he will lose the time, being involved in a fight that he does not want to be involved with. Yusuf there close to Blackberry, but now Bobby is starting to get a gap over Blackberry, and maybe he can relax a bit. Although Blackberry is gaining back up to the back of Bobby. Looks good for down here. But into turn 1, he could be under pressure again. 6/10 is the gap though, so he should be okay. Blackberry will probably be under more pressure than Yusuf than the pressure he'll give to Bobby. Although Bobby doesn't have the RS, so can he make a move into turn 1? The Mercedes is gaining. It's not enough to make a move. And through sort of turn 2, 3 and 4, Bobby's gaining a lot of time. But it just Blackberry gets it back somehow. I don't know where from. Oh, the gap's close enough this time. Yusuf. Nope. Jeremy's close enough to Jammy. Oh, this is going to be close on the exit. Who just got a pit lane penalty? Sully. 10 seconds for him. I'll be back in 1 second. I'll leave you with these guys. I am back, and just in time it looks like as well. Because here come all the moves. Oh, Blackberry in the pit lane. Oh, everyone's... Oh! That was Blackberry there messing up his pit lane entry. And finally goes. So, not what I was expecting. Everyone pitting there. Joaz, Bobby, Blackberry, High Rocks, Jammy. All pitting at the same time. So, not like anyone's going to really undercut anyone here. Yusuf may be at a disadvantage to Blackberry and High Rocks. Tracer and Xanatanos staying out. Jeremy stays out. He's up to P4. So, Joaz is only 1.1 seconds clear of Bobby. God, I came back at the right time. Probably give you another perfectly cut scream if you do that one right. Are we expecting that later? So yeah, Bobby will be back within DRS range very soon. Oh, Yugzurf has spun on the final corner. Not what he would have wanted. It was time there to get some free air, to get away from the fight, to try and gain some time. But he won't be anymore. It's time he'll now lose. As he comes into the pit lane, he's not going to retire, surely, from just spinning there. Comes into the pit lane, Yugzurf will lose a lot of time from that. When does the likes of Tratration... Oh, Yugzurf does retire. That is a shame there. One car less now. So the minimum you'll get in this race now on Giactex, even if it just keeps going, you'll get 2 points. So Tratracer continues. Xanatatos will come into the pit lane. He's got to try something if he wants to catch up to Tratracer. Gets in the pit lane at a reasonable speed. As yeah, Bobby Lyons really, really close to Joaz. So this V-Carb once again threatening the podium position of Joaz. Not podium at the moment because Jeremy's in front of him, but Jeremy comes into the pit lane. So very soon this will be a fight for P3. DRS is open for Bobby and he is close to the McLaren. Can he gain enough? He's going to look for the outside. And I don't think it's going to do it. Yeah, the outside won't do it. For the V-Carb, he's so close to the McLaren, but nothing's working. The inside doesn't work. The outside doesn't work. What can he do to make a difference? The pit stops are over. You can't do it strategically. You've got to do it on track. How will he do it? This will be interesting to find out. I love that livery on the V-Carb, the pink and silver, white. It's brilliant. Almost looks metallic in some parts, and then it looks matte. No, it's metallic. Definitely metallic. This is what we call an over-analytical presentation of paintwork. Although here it looks matte. Doesn't matter. Ooh! Hello. Bit deep there. Oh no. That could be taken out of context. Anyway. Oh, you could cut that to make it sound really bad. Oh, anyway, we'll get over that. Bobby isn't close enough to make a move on Joaz. And apart from that, I mean, Jamie's close to Jeremy. Doesn't make a move, so the main fight is these two. So in the pit stops, Xanatatos has gained maybe 2 seconds of time there. He's now 5 seconds down from Tratracer, who looks unbeatable out there today. So he'll have to do a really good job if he wants to overtake the Red Bull. But for now, it's these two, sorry, I can't even count these days. It's these two that we're worried about, Joaz and Bobby Lyons. So here we come again. DRS open for the Racing Bull. Can he make a move this time around? What's he going to try? Now he's definitely close enough again. But the inside is just locked off. Joaz doing all he can to protect the inside line. But Bobby is well far enough ahead to make a threat around the outside. Round the outside for 2, inside for 3. Finally gets the move done on the McLaren. And finally gets his V-Carb up into the podium positions. It's been a long time coming, and he's made it quite difficult for himself. But finally, he's got himself there. P3 for Bobby. And Joaz may be disappointed. He's done all he can to hold off that fight to keep P3. But he's done a good job. Joaz staying close to the V-Carb. He might be able to get the position back here if he's close enough. He is close here, so he may make a move into turn one. Bobby's giving him the outside like he gave him last time around. Can he make the move stick? The outside of turn one will be the outside for two. He doesn't need the outside for two. That was very close to the Bobby in the back of Joaz, but Joaz does get his P3 back, and Bobby will have to do it all over again. He made a mistake there on the exit of turn one, and he's lucky to get away without collision there in the back of Joaz. But Joaz back into the podium positions. So will that work? Undone. He'll have to do it again. It's taken him about 20 laps to eventually get past Joaz, and Joaz... Whoa! Hyrox is very close. These guys have got to watch out for this raging Aston Martin behind them. But Bobby is very close to Joaz. Is he gonna go? No, he's not going to make a move at all. He looked very close there to make a move, but he doesn't do it. Hyrox is now within DRS, so very close is this Aston Martin. But look how close Bobby is staying on the back of Joaz. The thing is though, the longer and longer he stays behind this McLaren, the more his tyres are going to go, oh mate, what are you doing to me? Hyrox has left. No, do I have him added? Do I have him as a friend? I don't. He's going to have to make his way back in. Somehow. That's not ideal for the Aston Martin, especially with the position he is right now in this race. It's the outside for Bobby Lyons. And he gets the move done. And Joaz has left. And Yuksuf has left. Everyone's leaving. Hyrox's AI is pitying him. Joaz apparently got kicked. Do I have Joaz? Maybe I do have Joaz. Do I have Joaz? I don't have Joaz. Tracer gets the fastest lap. I think this may be another issue with Steam, potentially, and online services. Oh, Joaz's AI is pitting him. No, that's so bad. There is Joaz's request. There we go. He will be disappointed to see his AI down in 8th. That's so bad for the McLaren. So bad for Joaz. It's so bad in terms of the race. Because that has really, really ruined a good race, and that is steam. I think it might be over for Joaz as well. So Hyrox, Joaz, and Yugsurf all leaving there. Yeah, Joaz, it's over for Joaz and Hyrox. So it's between these four. Bobby will have P3 sorted. There's a 5-car train here. Someone's AI is involved. It's probably Jack. Is it Jack? It's got to be Jack 'cause it's the only Alpine. I don't think it is an AI. I think that's actually Jack. Oh, Hyrox is asking for an invite. Here comes Jeremy on the back of Sully. Inside, outside. Where's he going to go? Nowhere. Sorry, my attention has been diverted off the race and to the people that have been disconnected. On Yak text, 10-second penalty for speeding in pit lane. You know what happens after that? A time normally. Why is it not adding? This is now a game of can you invite someone? I think Jeremy Dodger let Jeremy pass for some reason. I don't know if I saw that correctly. Not online. Not online apparently, it's Hyrox. Da 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 da. This is what happens when you are a streamer and nope, not there. Can Sully make a move? On the outside of Blackberry, it's the final lap of the race. He's going to go on the inside of the Mercedes to get into P4. Does get past Blackberry. Blackberry tried to hang it in there, couldn't. Jeremy is right on the back now of the Mercedes. And gets past the Mercedes, does he? through the windy bit up into turn 7. He's going to have the outside for turn 7. He won't get it. Blackberry will stay just ahead. But we look towards the front. This is Trash Racer. He's led pretty much since the start. He crossed the line to win here at the Dutch Grand Prix. Xanatassos will take P2, 5.3 seconds behind. And we look further back to Bobby, 24.8 seconds is how long I have to wait. Jammy Dodger getting past Blackberry. Did he? Blackberry's all the way down into 7th. Jeremy did end up getting past the Mercedes, and the Mercedes, yeah, will go all the way down to 7th. Maybe it might be. No, he will stay in 6th. Unless there's a photo finish. It's just about Blackberry ahead. And that is the race finished. Trash Racer is your winner. What a interesting race. There is your podium. Oh, and I don't even get to see the results. That's nice. Wow, what a race. Loads of disconnections. Disconnections, contact. It was a good race though, I think. It was a good race, but unfortunate for some. Getting kicked definitely was not great. I don't really have much more to say. What is the... No one probably watches this bit, I'm not going to lie, I don't know why I do it. Calendar. Abu Dhabi, no, Italy, Monza, this time next week, same time, same place. See you then.